Well, hey, welcome to Team Call. I'm so glad that you are here. Before we jump into the team call for today, some important things on what to know. For Divine Dynasty, empowerment calls sadly are canceled. There's not enough involvement, but hopefully as the weather starts turning, we're able to do more in-person meetups and just get together more often, because I think that's what so many of us are missing. We're missing the community and just being able to talk to a human being. So stay tuned for that. Netflix movie is going down this Friday at 8 p.m. Central. The link will be shared in the team page around 7:45, 8 o'clock-ish. So be on the lookout for that if you want to join in. What a Netflix party is you simply click the link. You must have Netflix, but you click the link and it'll take you to this chat room. And that's where you guys get to chat together. So once you get into the chat room, just say hey in the comments and change your name, change your little image, and then you get to party away. Whoever is leading the movie will be in charge of all the controls. So if you do push play by accident, don't push play, okay? Let the leader be in charge of it. But don't know what movie it's going to be, but I'm sure it'll be announced later this week. Also, loyalty program. If you have ordered in January or now February, since we're halfway through this month, make sure you fill out the loyalty program form. Every 3 consecutive months that you order, you get a gift. So go take care of that. Also, wine date is March 20th at Willow Ridge Winery in Shelbyville. I'm sure there will be plenty of carpools, but if you go into the Divine Dynasty team page, then you can check the event and get in all the know there. So that's what's to look forward to. We are planning also a dinner date in Terre Haute and a hiking day, not quite sure where, to happen soon. So stay on the lookout for that. What to know for Beachbody? Super Weekend is April 10th. The FAQ is 9792. Of course, it will be virtual. I do not believe it will be in person yet. I think they're still being very cautious of that. But mark your calendar for April 10th so that you can see all the juicy stuff. I'm really curious if they're going to tell us what the heck Amwala is working on. And I'm sure they're going to release details about this merge with MX Fitness or whatever company it's going to be. I don't know. I'm excited to hear more about that. There's also a trainer apparel sale going on now until March 31st. I did see that they have some Control Freak, some 10 rounds, some good stuff in there. So go check it out. The FAQ is 8883 if you want more details. And last but not least is Let's Get Up. Shaun T's dance workout program is coming soon. Everybody dance. Let me know if you like to dance. VIP access releases. It starts April 13th, so be on the lookout for that. The FAQ for more details is 8088. And also, not noted here, but noted in my memory, I'm pretty sure Salted Caramel is coming this spring. I don't know the dates and I couldn't find an FAQ on it. So I've got to scour the World Wide Web to figure out when it's coming. But as soon as I know, I will let you know. So that's what to know. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments and I will make sure and check them at the end of this call. Oh, hold on. We got 5. Let me check right now. Where's the winery? Is Shelbyville. Yep, it is Shelbyville. Okay, I'll have to look back at the Super Saturday information then, Amy. Thank you for that. So today's team call is all about gratitude, joy, and affirmations. And like I told you, I'm on day 1 of the refresh and I'm like my hangry pants. And when I'm hangry, it's not very nice. And I'm a grump ass. And as I was like getting ready, I'm like, funny joke, God. Like, you're making me speak on gratitude, joy, and affirmations when I am being a grump ass. Okay, I hear you loud and clear. So maybe you are that person. You're stuck in wishing, right? Like you're constantly wishing, I wish I ate better. I wish I lost my weight. I wish I could get up early. I wish I was more motivated. I wish I had a life like hers. I wish I had all the money. Like we can go on and about a bunch of I wishes, right? Think of that thing that you want so bad that you're just like, I wish I could. One of my big things for me was I wish I could lose weight because I wanted to be proud of my body. And then it was, I wish that my husband didn't have to work so much, right? And so when you find yourself stuck in those I wishes, I think it's really an indication that it's time to check in on yourself and ask yourself, wait, okay, if this is what I'm wishing, what is it going to take in order to overcome that? What's it going to take to make it happen? Because we can wish all day long, but wishing's not actually going to change our life. It's going to make us feel like we're not enough. We're going to be super overwhelmed, super exhausted, super tired, totally complaining. And complaining is a natural thing. Like, it's kind of, as a society, what we go to, it's easy to do, right? It's easy to say, "Ugh, I ate like crap. I'm such an asshat," right? Like, it's easy to say that. It's not easy to be like, you know what? I don't want to be an asshat. I want to eat better, and so I'm going to make this choice. Instead, we literally make decisions. We make decisions so that we can continue to complain. And I know that sounds like totally backwards, but how true is it? Right now. Think right now of a decision you made just so you could complain about it to your friend, right? And like, that's so weird. Like, why would we do this to ourselves? But it's I'm trying to think of what exactly he said. Jay Shetty talked about it. It's wanting to like fit in. It's that need to fit in. It's the need to be able to have that relationship or connection with someone else. Being able to complain about something makes it that much easier. So it's easy to be stuck in I wish, but what you have to remember is that you only have one life, right? As I was reading in Untamed, and I might actually have the quote right here, and if I do, oh my gosh, I have to read it to you. As I was reading in Untamed, gosh, no, I think I'm way past it. Man, if I was thinking about it, I would have done it or looked for it earlier. Anyways, I'll find this quote and I will share it with you soon. But when you're sitting in the I wish, a lot of times we are looking at other people's lives. We're looking at what they're accomplishing, what they're getting done, just how they're living. And we're like, well, why isn't that me? Why can't I do that? We are so focused on living life in living our life in their eyes, that we forget to live life in our eyes. We spend all day waiting and wishing that we forget that we only have one life. And in the book Untamed, she literally says, maybe in another life, as if we have more than one. And it's like, oh snap, that is a reminder that I need. Like, we don't have a second chance. You can sit in your hot bath, wishing and waiting and wondering what could be. But if you don't make it happen, it's not going to happen, because this is the only life you get. So when you're going through your life, you have to ask, is this want your actual truth, right? I get people all the time who say, I want to lose weight, right? That is the want. But the truth of it is, they don't actually want to lose weight, because they're not taking the action to actually lose weight. So we want to lose weight because we want to look better. Why do we want to look better? Well, because she looks better, because my husband is always liking these other Instagram pictures or people's pictures, right? Like, we look at what these men think, want, love, what society tells us we should look like, what she is accomplishing and how her body is, that we forget that may not be our truth. Just because society is telling us that, because other women are telling us that, because people we love are telling us that, it doesn't mean that that's what we want, right? I know one of my truth was, my mom wanted me to go to college so freaking bad, that every single day it was like, you got to get good grades so you could go to college. You got to get good grades so you could go to college. And I knew I did not want to go to college. It was like, I didn't care. I didn't want that. That wasn't what I wanted with my life. But she pushed, and I was so afraid of disappointing her that I went anyways. And it was 4 years of my life that were absolutely miserable. I'm not saying that I didn't learn something from it. I'm not saying that I wasn't changed for the better. I'm not saying that life didn't happen the way it was supposed to. But what I'm saying is, if I was brave enough to recognize my truth then, I could have lived those 4 years and every year after way differently. Where would I be now had I lived in my truth and not the truth of someone else's? Ooh. So my need to not disappoint her stopped me from creating the life that I actually wanted to live in that time. And so when you're asking yourself these truths of, do I want to lose weight? I want to make more money. I want to go on this vacation. I want to mill part my hair and wear baggy jeans or whatever the heck it is, right? Like, is it because that's your actual truth, or are you trying to keep up with the Joneses? I am that girl. Like, I want to be the skater girl, like snapbacks and like emo-ish clothing. Like, that's my jam. That's my style. I love the comfy. I love the edgy. But it feels weird wearing that in a small town where I'm from because it's very out of place, right? It doesn't feel right as a mom. It just is something that I've been trained my whole life through society that I grew up in, that's not okay. That's not how moms dress. That's not how you dress when you live in rural Illinois. Like, that's just not the thing. So instead, I opted to wear a different style, be someone different, because I didn't want I wore Abercrombie and Hollister, and I worked my ass off 3 jobs so that I could pay for name brand clothes because that's what all the kids at school wore, right? That's keeping up with the Joneses. That's fighting for approval. That's doing things that are not your truth because that's what everyone else is doing. So you have to ask yourself, what do you want and what do you need right now? And I want you to ask yourself this, like, authentically as we're going through this. What is there in your life that you're really, really wanting, that you would love to accomplish or go after, just enjoy, right? For me, it's hiking to get me out of this damn house. I want to go hiking so bad, and I've always enjoyed it. I've always loved it, but I've never made time to do it. So when you can ask yourself, what do you want and need now? What do you want and need most? It really kind of gives you, like, if you're an objective observer of your life, so you're not downgrading yourself, you're not judging yourself, you're not complaining, and you could just be like very authentic and real with you. What do you need? Me right now, I need a nap, right? Me right now, I need days away from my family. Me right now, I need to sit in my pajamas with a good book. What do I need most? I need most is a break. What I need most is to breathe. What I need most is no responsibility. And you have to look at what you want and what you need and ask, is your daily action reflecting these goals? I can tell you mine is not, right? I'm living how society thinks I should be, right? How my family thinks I should be, how my team thinks I should be. I'm doing all these to please everyone else, but I'm not taking that time to please me. And maybe it looks different for you. Maybe it's in your health, right? Maybe what you need most is to lose weight. What you need most is to get up early. What you need most is to do yoga, right? What are those things? And then maybe if your goal is to lose weight, what you need most is to work out every day. Is your daily action reflecting those goals? Are you working out every day? Are you drinking your water? Are you reading your personal development? Because if not, that's when it's time to really dig into what is your truth and what's the truth of someone else around you. Because if it actually means something to you, you're going to show up for that. You're going to show up to change your life, not just the scale, not just, the outside approval of other people. But that's when you actually change your life, is when you start showing up for your inside truth. Right here. I'm beyond what you look like. We're getting deep today, okay? But how do you actually change your life? Because let me be honest, fitness did not change my life. I tried 21 Day Fix 3 times and I failed it. I tried it without a coach, without a team, without support, and I failed every freaking time. Every time. But when I had other people there cheering me on, celebrating me, encouraging me, it felt different. And you want to know why? Because they believed in me. Right here, the 3 things how you can change your life is gratitude, affirmations, and creating joy. In that group, it was so full of affirmations, so full of belief in me from other people. I was looking in the mirror and being like, oh my gosh, look at what I'm accomplishing. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of me. How many times in the last week? Let's just do one day, right? Let's do one day. How many times today have you complimented yourself? Have you told yourself how amazing you are? Have you said those affirmations and actually meant them? Yeah? It's a tough question because 9 times out of 10, we don't do that. And maybe you are in a morning routine and you do your daily affirmations and you do all the things. Do you just write it down or do you actually like feel it? Do you know it? Do you understand it? Do you believe it? Or is it just another thing that we just do to check mark the box, right? If you want to truly change your life, you actually have to apply these things. These aren't just check mark things. These are things that you have to apply in every moment of your day. Starting with gratitude for me, that was my biggest thing. Is every evening I would sit down and I would write, okay, what am I grateful for today? Because I'm really good at finding the negative, at complaining, at being like, oh my gosh, why didn't they do this? Or why did they do this? Oh my, this life is hard and this is hard and this is hard and this is hard, right? But when you flip the script, for me, just sitting down every evening with a random notebook, just saying, asking myself, Deidre, today was a hard day. You got 3 kids all by yourself. What were you grateful for? What good happened today? And so I would sit there and I would write down, and it would start small. I mean, I got a nap. All the kids took a nap at the same time. That was good. And I would go through one thing after another and I would write it down. What am I grateful for? What am I proud of? What am I excited for? And it's finding the gratitude in the little things, right? Because we can say, oh, I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for my marriage. I'm grateful for my house. But it's so much more than that. Gratitude isn't just being like, oh, yeah, thanks. Gratitude is actually sitting and understanding the impact of what you have around you, right? So for me, I'm grateful for my 5-year-old. He brings me so much joy. He is so rotten. He just turned 5 yesterday. And his one birthday request was to not spend time with me. It was literally to go to my mom's and spend the whole night. And so he went over there and when I arrived, finally, I gave him a big hug and I said, what does it feel like being a 5-year-old? And I'm so grateful for his responses. He was like, well, I'm not 5, Mom. I said, what? What do you mean you're not 5? Yes, you are. It's your birthday. He said, we haven't had cake yet, so I'm not 5 yet. And it was just the sweet innocence of his, who he is. That celebration of just the life right there, that I could get emotionally so excited about that. I'm so grateful for the type of mom I am today, who I am right now, because I remember when his brother was 2 years old and I yelled at him because he wanted a drink of water, because I was not in a good place. But I'm a better mom now. And so every single day, I'm so grateful for the work that I put in on myself so that I can be a better mom for them. I am so grateful that I get to work from home and I don't have to worry about calling in the middle of snowpocalypse, or worried about getting out of my driveway, or worried about having to go somewhere else. I get to sit in my pajamas and live my best life, literally doing what I love right here. Gratitude can be something big like those. I feel like those are big, but it can be something small. For example, a passage from my Bible study guide from today. These cups that are giving me all the water to keep me from being dehydrated and keep me from choking out my family today, right? I am so grateful for California medley. That's what I had for dinner today. And I am so grateful for that because I was so hungry, y'all, like so hungry. I'm so grateful for fun adventures and plans because this weekend we are going to be going to a water park and we get to enjoy that joy of getting there every single day from now until we get there. So I would, if you don't already have a gratitude practice, start some sort of gratitude practice. And it doesn't have to be like mine was, where every night you sit down and do it. I highly recommend it, but it could be something as simple as every time you get in your vehicle, you just think about what good happened today. It could be something as simple as every time you take a drink of your water, you say one thing that you're incredibly grateful for right now, today, right? It could simply be in that moment of your life, in your time, you could say, whoa, hold on. This is a grateful moment. I'm taking that picture in my memory. I'm so grateful for this right now, because that's something that I do now, is when I am immensely just so grateful for a moment, I will say, whoa, I want to celebrate. I want to hold on to this moment right here because it feels good. Gratitude is everything. And you may or may not realize how grateful you are or you are not. But hopefully, after this call, you'll be more aware of your attitude towards gratitude or your negativity, either one. But once you can recognize either of them, then that's when you can start to make the change, because it doesn't happen overnight. We are trained our whole lives to bitch and complain. I'm just here to tell you, if you actually want to change, that mindset is the first thing that you have to do. And of course, we already talked about affirmations, but I think affirmations are so much more than just saying, I am awesome. I believe in me, right? Because you can write them, you can write them all day long, but if you don't believe them, then are they really going to help you? I mean, I know. What you feed your mind, what you tell yourself, over time, you will eventually believe. But if it's so left field that you can't believe it right now, what makes you think that saying it 365 times is going to make you believe it? And if you don't have conviction behind it when you say it, you're kind of lying to yourself. So when it comes to affirmations, my biggest tips is find something that you're proud of, find something that's a strength for you, or something that evokes emotion within you, right? For me, mine always used to be I am enough, because I didn't never believe that I was enough. And I just needed that reminder every single day. You are enough. You are enough. I am enough. I am enough. And until I believed it, I did have to tell myself that, whether I was looking in the mirror, just like, oh my gosh, I feel like a failure today, looking in the mirror at myself and saying, you are enough. Was that reminder, goosebumps, y'all? Was that a reminder that I needed? Did I believe it then? Absolutely not. But when I could show up with conviction, that's when it felt different. And now, one of mine that I have every single day is I use my strengths to fulfill my purpose. Because it's easy to get caught up in the life of other people, or caught up in who we think society should make us. But if we can play in our strengths and own who we are, then look at where we get to be, right? And so that's one of my powerful affirmations. I use my strengths to fulfill my purpose. And yours may not be that strong. Yours may be totally different, totally left field. One thing that I had to do was I would have to go to Google and type in positive affirmations. And I would have to look through them and be like, I don't even know what this is. What the heck? I don't understand. But as you look through them, you can find some that speak to you, because when you read them and you say them, you're like, oh, okay, then. Those are the ones that you want to write down. And your affirmations do not have to be the same every single day. They can be completely different. Every single day they can change. There's no rules to how to be grateful. There's no rules to how to say affirmations. It simply comes down to having a growth mindset and creating positivity in your life. We can wish for that positive mindset. We could wish for the love and the joy and the patience, and we could wish for all this stuff, but until we fix what's in here, and we unlearn all those things that we've been taught our whole lives, we're never going to get to the place mentally where we're able to grow into that, right? Because we always have these habits that we've been trained with growing up. And I know maybe you're like, no one taught me to be negative. I mean, maybe, I don't know, but I know growing up as a teenage girl, as a young girl, that's all that girls did was talk bad about other people. That's all that I heard other females doing when they would talk to each other, was complain about something or bitch about someone. So maybe you were not trained negatively, but I think if you look back, you could probably see it in TV dramas that we watch, in movies that we watch. What is it all based around? It's all based around a problem, negativity, something that goes wrong, and ways to overcome it, right? But they don't ever teach us that the ways to overcome it is our own minds, in our own personal growth, right? There's always someone else being the hero. I'm here to tell you, fuck a bunch of that shit. Save your damn self, honey. You can do this, okay? How are we going to do that? Gratitude, affirmations, and my personal favorite, which I am still learning, this is where I'm tiptoeing my little feet, is creating your own joy. We always look for outside, and I guess I'm using we very loosely. Most people look for joy outside of themselves. We look for outside validation to feel good. We go buy that Starbucks drink. We go out to eat. We reach for the sugar in the cabinets. We hit up Amazon and go buy ourselves something. We buy that new outfit. Whatever it is, we're attention from someone else, right? We're always looking for that joy from the outside. What I need you to know is that the only way that you can create joy and happiness is from the inside out. Earlier in my book club, we read The Happiness Project, and she like kind of laughs about, the happiness was in you all along. It's literally like the Wizard of Oz, right? Like, Dorothy, just tap your damn feet. You're already home. Same thing here. Your happiness is inside you. We just don't know how to find it, how to bring it out. And for me, one of the things that I'm trying to do a lot of is choose joy. I'm finding my own joy. So what I do is I create a joy list. And what is a joy list? Literally, it's just a piece of paper where you write down different things that bring smiles to your face, that make you feel good. Things that if you didn't have anywhere to be and you had unlimited amount of money and no one else was telling you how to spend your life, things that you would be doing, right? So for me, traveling, being on a beach, reading a book, taking a nap, watching murder mysteries, going on adventures, going hiking. These are all different things that I would choose. Dancing. I have danced. Okay, real life story. I don't like working out. Like, I love the way I feel and the way I look after a workout, but I don't like it. So I'm that person, like past 30 minutes, count me out. But this past month, I signed up for dance classes, virtual dance classes, and I will do my full Beachbody workout. And then I will spend 45 minutes working out or like dancing afterwards, just because it makes me happy and it brings me joy. And it's so outside, like, wait, you work out for an hour and a half, 2 hours almost? Yeah, I know it's mind blowing, but I find that I love to dance. And so that's one of my joy things. So the thing that I want to tell you about creating your own joy list is maybe you don't know who you are and maybe you don't know what makes you happy because same. I don't know that. I'm discovering that, but I'm allowing myself to write something on my joy list and then try it out. And if I don't like it, I'm allowing myself to take the pen and go, oh, no, we're not doing that one. Okay. That's not me. The thing about joy is maybe you've never allowed yourself to do it. You can take cues from other people. I know a lot of my friends love doing their makeup and they love getting dolled up and they love going shopping. And I love it for them, but none of that stuff is fun for me. None of that stuff brings me joy. And I used to think that I had to want to shop at the boutiques or want to get up and get dressed and get fancy. And I tried it out and I did it for a little while and was so proud of myself. And I fucking hated every second of it because it doesn't bring me joy. And I want to give you permission to not like what other people like, not do what other people do to bring them joy because it doesn't have to. What's really important is that you just try new things, is that you figure it out, you ask yourself lots of questions, and you give yourself priority in your life. I know this is going to be mind-blowing, but hey, you mama, I see you saying, well, Deidre, that's so cool, but I don't have time to give to me. I already do a workout every day, and that's just too much half the time. I get it. I understand. I know there's no time, but I can tell you, when you're doing these energy sucking tasks all day long and you're not doing anything to give back to yourself, you will always feel drained. But I can tell you, if you're doing these energy sucking things all day long and you stay up late to do something that gives you energy, or you get up early to do something that gives you energy, or you get rid of those crappy tasks you don't want to do so that you can get more energy, you are going to feel incredibly different. You are going to be a changed person. You are going to be a better mom. You're going to be a better wife. You're going to be a better human, because we think that being the martyr is the answer. That if somebody anywhere, someone's going to love us, accept us, appreciate us. It's our God-given duties as a woman. Bullshit. Nope. No. Your God-given duty is to live your life because you were made on purpose. You weren't made on a purpose to live for everyone else, right? So creating joy, it's messy, it's interesting, it takes a lot of self-reflection, but make sure that you're doing something that makes you smile every day, something that fills your cup every single day with an attitude of gratitude and knowing that you're a motherfucking badass, okay? Oh, I guess I didn't go through my presentation here because we're already here, right? So gratitude, like I talked about, being positive versus being negative, finding the good in each day, and it's really living in abundance. I really want to bring up this point because I think so many of the times we live in scarcity. We think that, oh, we see her being successful, and so damn it, she's got the one golden ticket, so now I can't be. So I'm just gonna be mad and pout and wish that I had her life, but I'm not gonna do anything about changing mine. The thing is that success is not limited. Success is available to every single human. And when you can recognize that you are capable and you are worthy of whatever life you want to live, that's when that abundance comes in. And when you have an energy of abundance, the world is going to answer. The world's going to be like, oh, look at her shining on. Let me fuel her up, right? Finding those little things that change in your energy says outside to the universe or to God or to source or whatever your beliefs are. And maybe you're looking at me like, this girl is crazy because you've never heard any of the stuff that I'm talking about, because I know we have a lot of new faces here. Listen, you can call me crazy, but I'm going to encourage you to drink the damn Kool-Aid. Give it a try. Try living in gratitude for one week. 1 week. And if it does not change you, by all means, throw the Kool-Aid in my face. But what I'm here to tell you is if you can go 1 week without complaining, without being mean, without being hateful, and instead find the good in each day, you are going to feel changed. You are going to be a different human. And think, if you do that 1 week, and then the next week, and then the next week, how much different will you feel in your life? And just to let you know, not every day is going to be rainbows and sunshine. I'm going to keep it real with you. You're going to have hard days. Like I said before I got on here, funny joke that God's making me talk about gratitude and affirmations and joy today when I've been a snotty little brat all day, right? Like, ha ha, real funny. I get it. Not every day is going to be a good day. It's okay to recognize those hard days. It's important to talk about your feelings and your emotions. It's important to say how you're feeling out loud, because if you do keep it in, you're doing the exact opposite of what you're trying to fix, right? Like, you're creating this nasty like bubble of poison in your belly that you just are going, it's going to have to come up sometime. So understand that not every day is a good day, but understand there is good in every day. Affirmations. Again, your thoughts are your most powerful tool. What do you say? Your thoughts are your most powerful tool. What do you say to yourself each day? So the last time you looked in the mirror, I don't know when that was, right? Like, I'm assuming maybe everyone has a mirror in their bathroom. So probably when you're getting out of the shower, getting ready for the day, you look in the mirror. What are those things that you say to yourself? What are those things when you make a mess up at work? What are those things that you immediately come to when you're that grumpy jerk of a mom, right? What are those things that you say to yourself? I think that's an important question to ask you. How do you speak to yourself? Like I had mentioned before, we really have to untrain our brain to get past the catty junior high girls that we once were to become the empowering women that we are meant to be. If we could live in our own strengths, and instead of focusing on the darkness and those shadows, we can focus on the sunshine and really taking things about us that maybe this is a weakness. Maybe I am a grumpy mom and a grumpy wife, and I had a bad day. But what if I could say, like, oh, I went out and I played with my kids today. Oh my gosh, I did this for my husband. Instead of focusing on all the things you did wrong, focus on what you are doing right. Focus on the good. And at the end of the day, you have to believe in yourself completely in order to continue. And I'm still there. Like, I'm still learning how to believe in myself completely. So don't think that it just happens overnight. I've been doing this for 6 years. It takes time, but every single day you get a little bit more confident. Every single day as you change, your mindset gets to grow. Give yourself grace and know that you're doing an amazing freaking job. Creating joy, like I said, it doesn't happen by chance. You are a powerhouse. You have to create your own energy. It doesn't just come to you. So I challenge you all to make your joy list and then share it on your social media. Hold yourself accountable. Post it in the team page, in the challenge group page. Make it a priority to take care of you. I know often, especially with social media as our core platforms, it's easy to look at other people and what they have in their life. And maybe you can think right now, of a somebody who you look at, and anytime you look at her page, you're like, good for her. Oh, look what she's doing again. Oh, yay. Right? Where we are actually jealous of, or we think like, how does she do it all? If you're inspired by someone, instead of comparing yourself to them, just ask yourself, okay, she's killing it. What does she have that I would want, right? Like, what does she have that I want? And maybe she has a six-pack, right? Maybe she's fit as fuck. I have a hair. Maybe she looks freaking good. Maybe she works out like crazy. And so the thing that you're comparing yourself to is your size and your weight and your fitness routine, right? This is when you have to acknowledge your truths. You have to ask yourself, okay, what did she do in order to get to where she is today? What did she have to do to get to where she is? And then ask yourself, am I willing to take the same action that she took in order to accomplish what she has? Because if that's not your truth and you're not willing to take the action, then you got to let it go, sister. Unfollow her if you need to. Quit being jelly belly and recognize, like, I'm so proud of her and I would love that, but I do not want to do what it takes to get there, right? You have to actually fall in love with the process in order to love the life that you're living. Because if you're dreading every single day and you get to that finish line and you absolutely still are not happy, it's still not going to feel good. Recognize that your actions actually create your reality. So what you want that she has, water that on your side of the fence, right? Like, look at what you have in your life. Maybe you want the six-pack abs. All right, girl, drinking water only, no alcohol, no sugar. Like, you better be eating right to fuel your body. You better be lifting heavy weights. Like, what's that going to take? And then take that action. Action exits anxiety. If you want what she has, you can do that shit, but take action for it. And maybe you're like, good for her, but I don't want to take that action. Then just own it. Own your truth and recognize you don't have to want what she has. You could be inspired by it, but you don't have to have that as yours. At the end of the day, if you want something different, you do have to do something different, though. You can't just get by on this life doing the same old, thinking that one day your wishes are going to magically come true. I have not met a genie yet in real life, and I don't think they quite exist. I mean, I could be a conspiracy theorist, but that doesn't really happen. Your wishes will only be granted through your hard work and God's grace. So, you gonna put in the work? I know that you're capable and deserving of whatever dream is on your heart. If you've never read Big Magic, I highly recommend it. But the whole concept with Big Magic is you are given an idea or a point, and it's put on your heart for a reason. And you either get to take action and do something with it, or if you are stuck in inaction, it will leave you and it will go to someone else. We're constantly surrounded by these amazing tools and amazing ways that we can change. But if we don't grab onto it and do something with it, it's going to go away to someone else. You have to grab it and you have to take action. If you're not living in your truth, then no matter what you change, it still won't feel good. Whew. Let me say that again. If you're not living in your truth, then no matter what you change, it still won't feel good. I was that person. I lost 27 pounds and 19 inches and I looked good. I was 108 pounds. I was so skinny and I got to skinny and I still looked in the mirror and I was like, the fuck? Oh, your body. Oh, you're disgusting. Oh, you're an angry mom. Oh, all these negative things. And the thing is, I thought my truth was I wanted to be skinny so that my husband would love me more. That wasn't my truth because my husband already loved me. That wasn't my truth because I really like food. That wasn't my truth because I love lifting weights. That wasn't my truth because I didn't actually care about being skinny. So even though I took the action, I created that change, it didn't feel good to me because I hadn't actually changed me. I hadn't actually owned up to who I am. I hadn't actually become who I was meant to be. So that is my presentation for you today. I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to open it up for any comments, questions, and takeaways. Oh my gosh, I love seeing all these faces. I'm just reading comments until you guys have questions.
you may have already hit on this part with affirmations. And you may have already said it, but I know a big thing with affirmations, it is not I want, it is I am already. Because if you say I want, it sends your brain into like overload mode, like finding a way of how you can be that way, but then how you've already failed because you're not that way. But if you say I am, it already programs your brain into thinking that you are your affirmation. So it makes it a lot easier to be able to live in that truth that you are already, instead of searching for that truth that you're not enough. It counterbalances that act that we already put in our brains, that we're already not enough. So if you say that you want to be a certain way, then you're just telling yourself that you're not enough again. So yes, 110%. And like you asked, are you writing these down? Or are you actually living it? And as I write down every morning that I'm confident and that I'm here on purpose for a purpose, and that I'm passionate and that I'm energetic, I feel it a little bit more every day. And I have to come back to those things that I tell myself every morning, because I am that person that will go straight to what is negative going on in my day. I am not a inherently positive person, which surprises me, because when I talk to people, they're like, you're so positive, you're so energetic, you're so passionate. And I'm like, well, thank you. That's what I want to be. But I know on the inside, there's a lot of times that I'm battling that innate need to not be that way, to be the negative Nancy, to be down on myself, to not be confident, to not be passionate, to not be energetic. I just want a damn nap, and I want to cry, and I just want to just hide from the world, but telling yourself the opposite of that forces you out of that box. And it's I feel like sometimes like a woo-woo kind of like, way of thinking. And whenever it's new to you, it feels that way. But whenever you feel it, when you really feel it, and that takes time, like a lot of time and a lot of grace and a lot of work and a lot of personal development. I mean, we'll preach personal development 110,000 days, because that's a vital behavior. Whether you're coaching or you're doing this for your own journey, personal freaking development. And it's something that I avoided for a while. And when times got hard, it's the one thing I put on the back burner. And another thing about the fact is, like, I just told myself that I wasn't a reader. I wasn't a good reader. I just hated to read. So I just like audibled everything, which is great. It's fine. But pushing myself out of that comfort zone of I'm not a reader and actually reading written words in front of me, it makes it sink in a hell of a lot different. It's like, oh my gosh, light bulb. Listen to the entire book Untamed, read it, chapter 1, and I was bawling on my couch last night, like legit. So your growth journey doesn't ever stop. Your affirmations may change over time, and your joy list is definitely going to change. It's just how you grow as a person. But these actions that Deidre gave us are how you grow as a person. Because like she said, she got down to skinny mini and she hated herself. Like, oh my gosh, how many people look at skinny girls and like, you just must have the best life ever. Because for me, I have been plus size my whole life, and I still in my head think I'm plus size. I will look at Deidre and be like, what are you even talking about? What is wrong with this picture? But when it's you thinking that about you, just like you looking at me and going, I don't know what you're even talking about. It's those affirmations. I want to love myself in the skin that I'm in today, tomorrow, and the next day. It's like your body's going to constantly change because you're going to constantly work, but loving the process through everything. It's like Jay talks about loving the mundane tasks in this life, loving every single task you have, and really how he says we don't we don't have retention problems. We have attention problems. We remember the bad, but we never pay attention to the good. We never pay attention to the small things. Anyway, that's my rant. I'm going to stop talking just in case anybody else wants to talk.
So I can totally relate because of, first of all, I had so much I wanted to say and then you just kept rolling and now I got to like backtrack. So with the gratitude and writing it, one of my things that I write is that obviously I like to talk. So I write that I'm a passive listener because that's something I want to work on. And when I first started it, I noticed it. Like I would like be at work listening or I would start talking and be like, nope, back up. And I love yours of being positive, Amy, because I felt all of that. Like I project that, but then I don't feel that way kind of thing. Sorry, my dog has sidetracked me. But yeah, I lost my whole train of thought. So if anybody else wants to go, it's fine.
All right, if there are no other questions or comments, let's take a picture to celebrate you being here with me today. Oh, hold on. So if you want to turn on your video so I can see your beautiful face, that would be perfect. If not, that's okay too. But ready? Oh, there's some faces. Yay. 1, 2, 3, cheese. Oh, I love it. Your dog's like, hey, Mom. All right, ladies, I appreciate you being here. I will see you next Tuesday, same time, favorite date night. Bye.